Hey, it's time at Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video, making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Monday, and Mondays now on this channel are my weekly weigh-in and the Weight Watchers weekly meeting topic for the week. I changed my weigh-in day from, if you're new here, and a lot of you are, I changed my weigh-in day from Saturday to Monday because I felt like my weekends were getting away from me. And they were. They were. This will keep me more accountable on the weekends. Am I going to be perfect? No. Am I out to be perfect? Heck no. I just need to be better, and they were way out of control. What's the way to get them in control? I got to get weighed Monday. I can't be, doing things I shouldn't be doing, And when everybody's around, it seems to be that's when it's worse. When everybody's home, it's, weekends. Weekends were not made for Michelob in this house. So, but I want to also point out that I'm wearing a plumping lip gloss. Oh my goodness. What do you think? Think I'm plump? Don't ask. You will not see this for a review because I don't have to do it for a review. I just have to do it for an app that I belong to. They send me products and I review them on the app. So no hard sell for this baby. Unless you're interested, then I'll let you know. It's actually a brand new product. It just hit the market this month, so I have to, in fact, go today on my app and give it a review. It's a Gucci product, I will tell you that. Okay. Oh, it's Monday. Can you tell? I did get weighed this morning, and Timmy was home for the weekend. We went out. I went out several times this week. Now that I think about it, yeah. Wasn't the best week on plan, not gonna lie. Wasn't the best week on plan. I did make the best choices that I could. I didn't do horrible, but could I have done better? We always could do a little bit better, but I did better than I would have done. And I always compare myself to old Denise, pre-weight loss. How would I, am I better than that girl? Oh, by a heck mile and a half. Oh, yes. I mean, I know we went to the Amish market on Thursday, and they now have breakfast for dinner. And I'm not normally a person that gets breakfast for dinner, but the options at the Amish market weren't the greatest, and nothing I really felt like. But the breakfast, it was called I can't think of what her name was. It was one of the waitresses, I guess. I think it was called Andrea or something. Andrea's Bowl. And it was hash browns with scrambled eggs, crumbled bacon, and cheese. Oh, that was fantastic. I had 14 points or 15 points left for the day. So it was probably 2 hash browns, scrambled eggs. I took most of the cheese off because when it came out, it kind of wasn't melted enough. So I was able to scoop off pretty much half the cheese and put it on Steve's soup. He got soup and grilled cheese. Grilled cheese and tomato soup, that's his favorite. So I got rid of half the cheese and a couple slices of bacon. So I thought that wasn't a bad option. I ate every stinking bite too. I was like, oh my God, that was so good. So I thought that was for me, I thought that was a good choice. We went out for Japanese, sushi on Saturday, and I did. Now there was 2 sushis I could have chose from. There was a little bit one that was larger, so I did go with the smaller one. I didn't go with the deluxe. I mean, it's sushi, it's rice and fish. Honestly, I don't get to, I don't eat any of the fancy ones. But I did get the regular ones. I think it had a roll that had 6 pieces, and then it had, I think, 8 other pieces. And it came with miso soup and salad. I didn't think that was bad. So I had that. And then yesterday, it was, football Sunday, so we had, what did we make? Oh, Timmy was home. Duh, spaghetti. I wasn't in the mood for spaghetti, but I knew he wanted it, so I made it for him, and I wind up having... I roasted a turkey breast, and I had that with just veggies. I didn't know what I felt like, so I felt like, I'm going to have protein and vegetables. When in doubt, have protein and vegetables. So it was really good. I had dipping sauce and all that. So honestly, like I said, we had wings in the afternoon. I made myself one of those bear chicken tenders, so I had that. So like I said, I definitely made better choices than maybe I wouldn't have made had I not having to get weighed today. All in all said... After 5 minutes, I was actually down 0.8, which honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, I was a bit shocked because I felt like if he wasn't home, I don't think it would have been as bad of a weekend. I mean, not that it was bad because it really wasn't, but it might have been better. Let's put it that way. And that's what I go for. Not just to be better. That's all. Like with the challenge, if you're in here, we're doing a New Year challenge, and the video came out on January 1st. I will link it if you're interested in, like I said, it's very unstructured. There's a list that I made up of things you can choose. You choose each week what you want to work on. Don't be perfect. Don't say I'm going to drink 60 ounces of water this week. Just say I'm going to drink more water this week. Do more than you used to. That's my goal for a lot of things. Do more, do more, do more. And if you've seen, I did put out a little new what's in and what's out for 2024 video. That was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I was thinking about it during the week, and I was going to film it this week. But Friday night I got out of the shower and I thought, girl, your hair is looking good. It's going to be wasted going to bed. So I thought, why not film the video tonight? I don't know if you heard the rainstorm we had Friday night, but that video went up Saturday. Again, I will link that video as well. I linked them up in that little eye. If you see it up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, it's probably over here because I'm always backwards. It's in the corner. And that's where you usually see it. You hit the little eye and the videos will shoot down, and you could like save them for later. So all in all, a decent week. I'm proud of that. I was like, wow, 0.8. I was hoping for a maintain. I'm like, if I maintain, it's good. But 0.8. So it can be done. It can be done. Like I always say, just have to be better. You don't have to be good. You don't have to be perfect. And let me tell you something, this journey's hard. It's hard, and some weeks are harder than others. Some days are harder than others, but know that you're not alone in this fight, and this fight is not easy. I mean, gaining weight is easy. Losing weight is very difficult. Food is good. Food is good. So let's go to the weekly topic, how to build a satisfying meal. Interesting. Notice how they said a satisfying, not a low point. Satisfying, because again, what does Denise say? Satisfaction's where it's at. If you're not satisfied, you're still going to look for food. Just because it's low in points doesn't mean you're going to be satisfied with it. You have to it should be lower in point, yes, but also it should be something that you want to eat, something you desire. And that's why, like, you see the food creations I come up with. Why? Because I want things. And how do I make them low in point but still tasty? And everything I've brought to you has been tasty. If it's not tasty, it don't get put up. Because nobody gonna make something that's bad. Gotta be tasty. It's gotta hit that note. And you hit that note that you're looking for, the sigh. Like, yes, that's what I'm looking for. Like that dinner. I know what I wanted when I got that, and I'm like, yes, that crunchy potato with that nice creamy egg and that crunch of bacon was so satisfying. All right, let's see what Beth Jane has to say how to build a satisfying meal. Looking for meals or snacks. Snacks, yes, we can snack. That check all the boxes, easy to put together, delicious, fit into your points budget, and keep you full for hours. Check out recipes. Weight Watchers, if you have a Weight Watchers app, has fantastic recipes, and they've made it so much easier to find. I'm going to be doing another app tutorial. I'm just waiting to be like completely updated, and it's like, because it's going to be an outdated video. But I might do it anyway, because just to learn how to find food, I don't know if that's going to change. I don't think it will. It's been so much more streamlined, so much more easier. And, you do get a really good catalog of recipes. Same thing with the Healthy app. There's a really good catalog. You have to have the Healthy Pro catalog of recipes to pull from. And sometimes when you search for it, you have to put like one keyword, or sometimes it's build a recipe and it'll ask for what ingredients do you have on hand, and you put those in and you can find the recipe that fits that. Or you could use Google. That works too. You can find them online. Build a meal by combining foods from each category. Breakfast. Each meal, before I even look at this, each meal is going to have a protein. That's how you should start every meal. Sometimes for me, I'm trying to do more 0-point foods as well, because they're not always my favorites. So I'm trying to incorporate a 0-point meal and a protein. Sometimes it could be the same thing as 0-point protein in a meal, because that's a great way to start your meal, is with a 0-point protein. And now that I am not on the diabetic plan, breakfast, my 0-point protein is usually going to be either eggs or yogurt. It's going to be one of those. And that doesn't mean I'm just going to have yogurt. It's going to be yogurt in something, like yogurt in my bagel bun, yogurt in a Kroger bowl, yogurt in something. It doesn't have to be like a bowl of yogurt. You can transform that ingredient. Don't just leave it, you know, try to see if you can transform it into something. Yogurt and eggs. Scramble eggs and put either yogurt or cottage cheese. It's fantastic. You've just upped the protein, and really, it's just you won't. It actually has a little something something. It's pretty good if you've never done it. And again, fun to experiment. Protein, it says, a 0-point food or up to 3 to 4 ounces of the serving. Now, I like that they said that. It's basically saying a 0-point food, 3 to 4 ounce serving. Well, it's basically saying or a 3 to 4 ounce serving. I would sit there and say, do a 3 or 4 ounce serving of the protein. Plain non-fat Greek yogurt, eggs, or tofu. People have been making tofu scrambles. I've never made tofu scrambles. What happened to the tofu yesterday? I was just thinking that. I air fried tofu, and we were nibbling on that yesterday. And did we finish it? I don't remember. I didn't put it away unless Peter did. It was one of those days where, you know, I had many hats on yesterday. But yeah, I made air fried tofu where you marinate it in soy, ginger, sesame oil, garlic. I didn't let it marinate enough because I think it would have been even better. And then you cut it in cubes. Well, you cube it, then you marinate it. And then you air fry it. And it's delicious. And the fact that Peter likes it. Then you add a cup or whole piece of fruit, berries, apples, or bananas. Now it says, see, a cup or 1 whole piece. It's not saying eat as much fruit as you want. Again, 0-point foods should be accountable for. They should be kept in their serving size. And if you go into the app and you put in a banana, it's going to give you a serving size. If you put in, it's going to tell you a cup of grapes is a serving. So don't play like, oh, I didn't see that anywhere. It's there. Granted, they don't talk about it enough, but I do. Stick to serving sizes. 3 ounces of protein, especially like a chicken. Like you'll see, I've been weighing my protein, so I need to know what I'm eating. You need to know what you're eating. Inspiration, banana pancakes. 2 eggs mixed with mashed banana and ground cinnamon. That's a 0-point pancake. Now, I, of course, will throw a little bit of oats in there. Just a healthy grain. There's nothing wrong with oats. Again, I would probably do maybe a 1/4 cup of oats. Quick oats, preferably, because I find they aren't as oaty, so it'll be more like a flour or you could grind oats into a flour if you wanted as well. That's something I would add just to make it a little bit more satiating. And oh my goodness, yes, we added 2 points to it. It's not tragic. It's not tragic to add points to a 0-point food. You have points to use. And like people say, I don't go through my points. Well, if you're eating 2 eggs and a mashed banana and make it into a pancake, throw some oats in there. Throw a little bit of yogurt in there. Or top it with yogurt. That would be great. Top with yogurt and berries and a little drizzle of honey. Not a lot, a teaspoon. Again, that's where you use up some of your points on things like that. You're not, free pouring the honey. We get our little teaspoon and we measure it. Lunch and dinner. Protein, a 0-point food or 3 to 4 ounce or a 3 to 4 ounce serving. Chicken, fish, tofu, or steak. See, nothing wrong with a good steak. Got plenty of iron in there. Carbs, 1 cup. Yes, 1 cup. Rice, potatoes, pasta, or bread, 2 slices. Those are good carbs. I mean, get a good bread. Don't get Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread was bread I grew up in, but there's no nutritional value in Wonder Bread. That's that. Get a nice whole grain bread. Make a fry bread. Oh my God, the fry bread. So good. It's so good. Oh, I was thinking this the other day. I want to take that fry bread recipe, cut it to make 2 smaller ones and make like a bun. That's my next. Yes, my next in Sept. You see what I'm saying? Like, you get something that you like. How can I create it? I make it into a stinking bun. And it's good. A non-starchy vegetable, as much as you like. Again, vegetables, one of those things, especially non-starchy. Yeah, you can eat your face off with. You can never have too much broccoli, too many string beans, too many carrots, salad greens, cauliflower. Oh my gosh, roast them. They're so much better roasted. Roasted cauliflower is the bomb diggity. I was just thinking the other day, I need to get more cauliflower into my life. And because I said that, Acme has their vegetable sale this week, and cauliflower I think is $2 a head. So I'm going this week to get some vegetables. First thing in the morning, no voice. Oh, and it's actually saying fats. 1 serving, dressing or olive oil, 1 teaspoon, cheese, 1 tablespoon, or an avocado, 1/4 of a medium. Basically, it's telling you to eat. So, eating, remember the pyramid? There you go. Protein, carbs, vegetables, and fat. They don't talk about this near enough, but it's so important to have a little bit of everything. Remember, and I say this all the time, food is not bad. We want to have a better relationship with food. Don't label food as a negative. That's not good for me. I can't have that. Seriously? In moderation, you can have everything. If you keep to a teaspoon and a tablespoon, you can have everything. Food didn't make us big. It's the amount of food that we eat. Even anti-inflammatory foods. Like for me, I know gluten isn't inflammatory to me, but if I don't have it as much as I was having it, even if I keep it down to a minimum, I don't feel it as much as I did if I just have it regularly, like several times a day. Yeah, then I feel it. But if I have it once every couple of days, yeah, I'm not going to blow up for me. So remember that. We want to heal our relationship with food. Food didn't bring us here. We brought us here. We ate it. It's not their fault that we gained weight. It's the amounts of food that we ate and the reasons that we ate and how much we ate and why we ate, which is kind of all the same thing. Food is a comfort to a lot of people. So I feel like sometimes we want to blame food. Oh, if I just didn't have that pasta. It's not pasta's fault. It's the fact that you had a stinking big ass plate of pasta. Now I weigh and measure my pastas. I have 2 ounces. Does it kill me? Yes, it does. It bugs me every time, and I sit there, I'm like, but I'm having pasta. And that's what I keep in my head. You're eating pasta. Yeah, you're not eating as much as you want, but in my head, that, I don't realize, and it's a work in progress. It was too much, but it's what I was used to. So for me, it's normal. That was a normal plate of pasta. When I realized it isn't a normal plate of pasta, it was too much pasta. Stick to 2 ounces. That's the serving size. Eat it and move on, Denise. And that's what I do. I might add things to my pasta, like some zucchini noodles or some butternut or some roasted squash or vegetables. Zucchini is so good in tomato sauce. Even if you just chunk it up and saute it and throw it in there and bulk up that and throw a protein in there, it'll be so much more satisfying. Inspiration: chicken sandwich, chicken breast with tomatoes, spinach, avocado, and Dijon. How fantastic does that sound? Weighing and measure each of the, well, you don't have to measure the Dijon. The avocado you should weigh. Weigh it in grams. Spinach, tomato, nah. Chicken breast. Honestly, how big of a chicken breast are you really going to eat? But keep it, palm size. That's always a good measure. But they used to have a thing where you would have measurements for like different digits, and your palm was your 3 ounces of your protein. All right, snacks. I love that they're talking about snacks, because how many of us don't snack? Oh, I don't snack. Why? What's wrong with snacking? Snacking didn't gain you weight. It's what you had and how much of that snack is what gained you weight. What gains you weight? I'm in my own lingo here. Snack: protein, a 0-point food or 1 to 2 ounce servings, cheese stick, hard-boiled egg, hummus, or beef jerky. All my favorite things, all things that I snack on. Meat sticks, cheese sticks, hard-boiled eggs, and hummus. Like, seriously, did I write this topic? Because yes, and you can have your stuff, those little mini bell peppers, carrot chips with your hummus. Do not get baby carrots. I will tell you, they stink. Carrot chips are where it's at. Trust me on that one. Cucumbers, radishes. I go to my Amish market just to buy the bag of pre-cut radishes because they're mammoth. You've seen me on my girl lunches and my lunch plates. These big, I will definitely try to point them out when next time I have them. I'll be like, this is a radish. They're huge. And they're crunchy, and you want crunch with your hummus. It just makes you feel like you're having a chip. It kind of replicates that and gives me that satisfaction because I want to crunch. That's what I want. I don't want something mushy. I want to crunch. I want to pretend it's a cracker or a chip. But in all honesty, yeah, I have crackers too. I have my pre-portioned bag of chips. It's easier for me to grab a bag that's already measured out than to me to sit there and try to weigh it. I do buy the regular bags, but do I eat more than the serving? Sometimes. I put a few extra chips on my plate. Not gonna lie, I do. And we all do it. It's easier for me to grab the bag because that's it. And sometimes those bags are not as heavy as they're supposed to be. Weigh your chips in grams as well. Produce, your usual serving, 1 cup of fruit. If on the diabetic program, you should have 1 cup of fruit in any program. When you have fruit, keep it in a serving size. I'm tired of hearing people say, well, I didn't gain weight eating fruit. No, you probably didn't. But we're older now. So fruit might, be a little bit of like, we're all prone to be pre-diabetic, I think, once we get older, because it's just our pancreas getting older. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with keeping our fruit servings to serving sizes. I'm not saying not to have fruit. I'm just saying keep it to a serving size. There's nothing wrong with trying to keep, things at bay. And I'm a believer in that. If you want to have 3 bananas, go ahead. I'm just telling you what works, what I find for me that works for me. Carrot sticks, bell peppers, apple slices, or fruit cup. Apple slices. Apples, another satisfying crunchy snack. Honeycrisp apples are the best. Oh my gosh. Dip them in the powdered peanut butter reconstituted with skinny syrup. Talk about satisfaction. Talk about decadence. Fantastic. Because I use my PB2 Crunchy with my maple bourbon pecan skinny syrup. So I have maple bourbon pecan crunchy peanut butter. Dip with my apples. I know. Or cut the apple slices, peel them, cut them, peel the apple, put in the slices, put in a baggie, put one scoop of protein powder, peanut butter powder in the baggie, shake it up, and it coats the apples. Let's just say delicioso. You will thank me. So good. Again, it's a snack. It's, you have one, it is satisfying. Hummus with fresh veggie chips, yes. And I make a bangin' hummus here on the channel. I had found a recipe back when I was on Freestyle, I believe. It's been that long. It was a Greek lady, and she made hummus. I'm not sure why she made. Maybe she had to be dairy free. Oh no, she had a dairy. I can't remember why. Maybe she couldn't have tahini. I can't remember. But she when she made her hummus, she didn't use tahini, which is that chickpea. Ground up chickpeas. It's where the points are actually in hummus. And she subbed that out with yogurt. And I thought, well, that would make it a 0 point hummus, right? Because it's just garlic, lemon juice, chickpeas, and yogurt. So I did it. And let me tell you something. I don't miss the tahini at all. I think it's very delicious. That's how I make my hummus. You just heard it. Chickpeas, garlic, lemon juice, and yogurt. Whiz it up. Sometimes I might thin it up with a little bit of water. And if you're really missing the sesame seeds, what I've done in the past is get about a half it. When I make my little serving cup, I would drizzle maybe not even a 1/4 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil, just a drop, because that stuff goes a long way. And mix it in and gives you that little sesame background. I've been doing this a while. I'm telling you, I find, and it's good. It's not like I'm like, well, it's not as good as regular. No, it's just as good as regular hummus. I'd stake my reputation on that one. And I've made several variations. I've made roasted red pepper. I've made beet. I've made pesto. And sometimes you chop it. I was just talking to Peter the other day, and I said, again, my brain, I said, because I was jonesing for hoagie dip. I said, what if we made hummus and we put like hoagie dip on top? Like get like maybe some salami, a little bit of cheese, some olives or something, some peppers, and then like chopped it up really finely and sprinkled it on the hummus. It'll be points, but it might be good. He goes, I know. I said, I don't know where I come up with these things, but it's how my head works. How can I find something I like and make it lower in points, but not satisfying, sacrificing taste? Let's dive deeper. First, let us make a few things clear. You don't have to follow these guidelines exactly, nor must every bite or meal be perfectly satisfying. I think it should be perfectly satisfying. I'm sorry. I think that's a line, because you should want to be satisfied. Again, and I say this wholeheartedly, if you're not satisfied, you're going to be looking for something else. So I kind of I would mark that off. Because you want to be satisfied. You do. And there's ways of being satisfied. There's ways of figuring it out. You've got flexibility in what and how you eat. That's partially what makes our program so livable. But if you're asking yourself, why am I hungry again? I just ate, for the 4,637th time, having a template that guides you towards satisfying combinations and a few go-to meals that fits the bill can help and keep you on track. Now, see, this is the one I don't like. Nor must every bite and meal be perfectly satisfying. And then at the end of the thing, she says to have a template that guides you towards satisfying combinations. She said, nor do you have to be satisfied. You do. You do. And sometimes a little bit of something that's decadent is better than a lot of something that's not satisfying. So yes, you have points, you have weeklies, and if something that you truly want, maybe have some of it. That's like, we went to the Amish market the other night. I wanted a donut because the Amish make the best dang donuts on the planet. So I said, can we split it? And he goes, okay. So we split. It was a hot chocolate one that had little mini marshmallows. Their filled donuts are ridiculously off the hook delicious. So I got home and I took 2 bites and I handed it to him. He goes, well, that's not half. I went, that's all I want. Those 2 bites satisfy me, because if I didn't have those 2 bites, at one point I would go there and have like a whole donut. So if 2 bites saves you from having the whole thing, don't you think that's a little bit worth it? I do. So definitely feed that need a little bit. How protein and fiber keep you fuller longer because they digest slowly. So building a meal on the base of foods higher in those nutrients means you're less likely to overeat later. Then adding a flavorful higher protein ingredients you love. Looking at your cheeses, dressing, nuts, and avocados. Higher point ingredients. Did I say protein? Higher point ingredients you love. Cheeses, dressing, nuts, and avocados help satisfy your brain. Fat. Your brain loves fat. And there's nothing wrong with good fats. Dressings, olive oils, nuts, almonds, avocado, such good fats. Try to get yourself some olive oil, really good olive oil. I always make sure my olive oil comes from Italy, and I prefer extra virgin. It's just something I prefer. It tastes so much better. And watch you don't get a blend, because sometimes I have these olive oil blends and they're just not as good. They're not. Bottom line, the key to weight loss is eating fewer calories, calorie deficit, than you use for energy. Satisfying both your stomach and psyche can help make that and reach your goals feel easier and more delicious. And if you're satisfied, you will stay home playing longer than if you're not satisfied. You won't have those binges on the weekends. So how many of you, I'm going to ask this question, how many of you on your weigh-in day just eat your face off when you're done because it's like, it's my weigh-in day and it doesn't matter? If you're doing that, you're not fitting in food you love during the week. You're not, because you're saving it all for Saturday, and then you're eating this high caloric meal that your body just can't digest that fast. 3 fast facts. Weight loss happens when you burn more calories than you consume. That's what Weight Watchers says. You burn more than you earn. Because they were saying like about earning like calories and stuff, and earning like, that's why you could eat these fit points, activity points that we couldn't eat before, because they're saying now, based on their calculations, that we burn more than we're earning for our exercise. That's what they're saying. That's why they're allowing us to eat them. Meals filled with protein and fiber help you feel more satisfied and stay in your points budget. Oh yeah. Having a formula for satisfying meals helps prevent the in-moment decisions. Yeah. I mean, we do make decisions quick, and sometimes they're not always the best decisions. Like, that's why, like, if you know you're going out, try to look at the menu beforehand so you get an idea of what they're having. Now, granted, some places will have fun specials, and you're like, ooh, can I see the specials? But always have that meal that you're going to have in your, arsenal. That, and for me, I always like look at the menu, because I know, and then I try not to look at the menu when I get there, because I don't want to change my mind. And I don't want to hear what anybody else is ordering until they order it. I always like to order first, and I just order and I don't listen, because sometimes, oh, that sounds good. No, you get what you want. Don't be swayed by what somebody else is saying or what you're seeing on the menu. Like, oh, I didn't see that they had that. Oh, it's my weigh-in day. Maybe I could just get that little splurge. I'm telling you, share. Like, when you're out, don't sit there and say, well, I'm not going to have dessert. Share dessert. And make sure the person you're sharing with eats most of it. That's what I do. That's why it's always good to have Steve with me. Here you go. That's not half. Oh, yeah, it is. But I said to him, that's all I wanted. And I satisfied my need for a donut that day. And it was delicious. And like I said, when you give yourself things that you desire and you crave, rather than saying no, the no creates the I can't have. The I can't have makes me feel sorry for myself. My sorry for myself makes me just upset. The upset makes me depressed. The depressed makes me eat. It's all a cycle. So if you can nip that in the bud by just having some, and I know some of us, it's hard just to have, I can't stop at 2 bites. But is 2 bites better than no bites? You know, you have to get those bites and get rid of it. Yeah, they can't be sitting there. Yeah, that I tell you. If you didn't consume that donut, I don't know what would have happened. I had needed it out of my sight, because if I saw it, I would have, yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Put their stuff in the back, put your stuff in the front. Like I said, I don't go looking anymore, which is, you know, growth for me, that I don't go hunting around the house for things. Oh yeah, your girl used to hunt, climb on chairs, because Steve is tall, and he tends to put things up high, because I'm not tall. He's 5'11", I'm 5'3.5". So he tends to put things up high. Well, I know that. So I look up high, I grab my little stool, and I go up high. But I've been better at that. So again, that's all we want to do, is just be better. How are you doing in the challenge? Are you challenging yourself just to be, I should call it that, just be better challenge, because that's what it is. We just want to be better. The fact that I don't go hunting for food is such a good thing. I just want to be better. I don't want to be perfect. Perfect is overrated. I just want to be better. I just want to be able to make better decisions in the moment. And we are still a work in progress. As you see, I'm still a work in progress. This is hard. It's hard for somebody at lifetime status, just about 10 pounds over goal. That's still hard. It's not sitting going, I just have to buckle down. I just have to, you know, I wish it was just that easy, just to sit there and say, just don't eat it. Yeah, there's so much more to it than that, and we know this. So that is it for me, and I can talk all day about this, because it's my life. So how did you do this week on the scale? How did your week go? What do you think of this week's topic? It was semi-good for me. I think they were trying, but in a way they're talking things in abstract. Like, they're definitely mentioning, you know, the food pyramid in an abstract way, and satisfaction. But yes, satisfaction. Be satisfied. When you eat something because it's low on point and you don't really want it, you're going to look for what you want. You are. But if you can make something that hits that note and you get that, yeah, that's good. That's what you want. That they call it the sigh. Like, yeah, the sigh. And I sigh a lot. So I'm really, but you know, there's always room for improvement everywhere, isn't there? So I will dish with you another day. Again, let me know in the comment section below how your week went. Let me know how you're doing on the challenge. And if you are new here, welcome. I am Denise. Hit that subscribe button, join our community here on the tube. We also have a fantastic Facebook group. We are there every day for you, and we do lives on this channel several nights a week, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, for what I call it now, the weight loss support podcast. You know, you need support. You need to talk it out. It helps. So join us here 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'd love to have you. That's it for me. I'm going to go have my breakfast, and I will talk to you later, Gators.